Hey guys, I'm Grant Owens on We Found Your Music at the Dream Hotel at Dash X Studios with Kideyes. That is Ben. What's up?
What's up, man?
And Greg.
What's up?
And you guys just performed for us live in the studio. Possibly, you know, one of the first on-camera acoustic versions of these songs. So let's see. The first one was Malibu. And go check that out now. It just came out yesterday, and we premiered it on the site on wefoundyourmusic.com.
Thank you for doing that.
Absolutely. So how did Malibu come together? What's the inspiration behind it?
I remember. So I think we were in the studio and we came across this internet article of Chris Martin's Malibu themed birthday bash. It was like this Willy Wonka, like outrageous themed birthday bash for Chris Martin, and it was like really funny because it was just like this guy who had this like children's massive themed birthday bash, and you know the height of his life, and it was like it's kind of funny because we started thinking about Malibu and what it represents and its
hilarious
beauty and its charm and its
well, it was also
majesty.
more of like it was like this fucking guy. Look at this, and Greg and I, you know, the genesis of a lot of the songs in the band, we both met at like a really weird musical time of our lives. Just we both were coming out of band breakups.
Yeah, how long ago was that?
3.5 years ago.
Okay.
So we were sitting in the studio, just talking as we generally most of our sessions start, just talking about our lives, and somehow that article popped up of this Willy Wonka themed. It was star-studded
nice.
and chocolate fondue, and I got.
So is that what it's about? It's like
It was kind of like it was a jumping off point for us because it was like, all right, what is Malibu? You know, it's an interesting place. It's an interesting word,
right?
And has so much different meaning in it. I know for me, like I come from Cleveland, Ohio, and when I think of LA. You know, a kid from Cleveland, you think about these beautiful places, and you think about Malibu, and you think about the rich and famous, and driving up the one, and so you get there, and then all of a sudden you realize I'm not close to Malibu. I'm in North Hollywood, and I'm struggling, and I'm sitting on a couch that is, you know, kind of shitty, and even though you're like 10 miles away, you're like 1,000 miles away. You're like thousands of miles away.
Yeah.
And so that was kind and again, like we constantly are chasing things, and as artists we're channeling and chasing, and so it was that was
that makes sense. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, and just all of our tunes generally have that same, or a lot of the theme of this batch of music is self-discovery and kind of never giving up on a dream. So that artist mentality is you have it, it's in your soul, and you can never really lose it.
Right.
It's kind of the constant struggle, the battle, because it is almost an impossible thing doing the music or the Los Angeles dreamer life. It's almost an impossible thing when you really think about the odds and how hard it is and how much talent there really is out there. But
you guys are doing it.
We're doing it, baby.
I guess, you know, one thing I noticed is your shows are packed. You seem to have a family already. It's kind of a new band, but every show I've been to, it seems like you guys have a family-oriented crowd out there.
Totally.
So I guess sort of talk about the building process of the band. Like, you guys, how long ago did you meet again? You guys have known each other?
Like
how long is the band? Yeah, okay, cool. Band's pretty new, right?
The band is very new. We just started releasing music in September last year. We did our first show in November last year, and we've only played 3 shows together as a band. And for me personally, and I'm sure Greg can agree with this, the live show almost is like the easy part, putting it together.
Yeah.
You know, and we have an amazing group of guys. My brother Dan, who's on drums. We have our friend Mario Gonzalez on bass, and sort of collectively as a unit, it just somehow clicked. It just works, and everyone gets along. And maybe it's the years of being in former projects together and learning how to manage personalities and relationships. But there's just chemistry, and in terms of the shows, we've been so grateful for the warmth and reception we've had from just our friends and family. And
awesome. Yeah, you're getting the support from a number of people. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
You know, it's going in the right direction when you're selling out the Moroccan and you know, you just recently played the bootleg, and so that was another show, just like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
So you're definitely doing it through friends, obviously, as well. Just sort of people believing in you, which is obviously really important. Yeah.
Well, we got a big show coming up. We Found New Music.
That's right.
Coming up, the Grant Owens.
Look for it in July. We're still figuring out the final details, but definitely
It's
true.
happening.
Our weekly series. Check it out on dola.com/WFNM. Thanks for the plug, man.
That's what I'm here for, baby. Come on.
So yeah, I guess what's coming up for the band? Like, what can we look forward to?
I mean, we're constantly working on music. We're really excited about this new song that we have called Expectation that we premiered at our show last week. So so we're stoked about that, and you know, we're starting to, you know, work with different, you know, visual artists and starting to just kind of explore what the visual aspect of Kideyes is going to look like. Just really starting to dive into the art as well as the music. So that's something, and you know, we're just gonna be playing. We're gonna be playing more shows, and we're just having fun.
Yeah, I think you're doing the right thing. You're building that community, and also sort of, you know, coming out with more of a vision with the band for the band.
Totally.
That's great.
Yeah. I think, like, you know, Ben and I both, like, we've been in bands, you know, for many years, and we've been going at this, you know, this artist struggle for a long time, and I think it's for me personally, it's fun and interesting to kind of look at everything like right now and see like what I'm doing differently, what I maybe did wrong, or you know,
it's a learning experience.
Yeah, and what I'm enjoying now. That's it's just the journey is there's so many different chapters to this thing, and so it's I feel like there's a little bit of experience right now, and good decisions and good instincts being made.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're just trying to be, I think, like, smart with every decision, and I think maybe it just comes from, you know, fucking up so many times in the past.
Yeah.
So you know, in terms of the future, it's like we feel like we feel like we're a solid live band, and I think that's a really great.
Yeah, you have a fun live experience. You know you're gonna do well at the bar.
And and I just think like it's an asset for us, but we don't want to just blindly tour, because I think that's where a lot of artists screw up, because they think that's the only way to do it. And you can go out on the road and you'll make fans. I think that's the only way to really make a fan, is to play a show, at least to establish that connection. And then
I think that's really important. It's good that you're playing around the community and developing that fan base. Like I said, I think that's really important in the beginning.
Yeah. But so we just want to, like, in terms of the next steps, it's like, be smart with the shows we do both.
I think so, yeah.
And then also just slowly branch outside of LA, and hopefully
get people talking about the band. So you have a real fan base, real interaction, right? Figuring out, have a good team, you know. Shout out to some people we know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Whitney, Lindsay, hello.
Hey.
From We Found New Music. All right, so where's the best place to kind of like check out your music? Like, do you have a website? Or is there a Spotify page?
There's no.
We don't even have a website.
No, we're bare bones here.
Nobody needs a website anyway.
You
Just
really
go check
don't.
it out. Spotify,
Really
Apple Music, my show, you know, exclusively. Go listen to it on our podcast.
It's on wefoundnewmusic.com.
Yeah, that's the only place you need to go.
That's all you have to go.
Well, we did premiere this song, so like, you know, right now, go check it out right there. But next week, check it out everywhere.
Everywhere, yes.
Everywhere.